There's that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we should be live, and we should be back for some bloody Appalachia. Yeah, we had a good time last time. A really great time, especially for Dion.
So
Dion
great.
made some friends.
Yeah.
She's still alive, so it's cool.
We're buddies,
Yeah. So I forgot again. Why did you go out on your by yourself again?
I wanted to get the hell out of the Bloodworth,
Oh, that's right. You
and
tried to
they were
leave.
like,
You
"Do
tried
you
to get
want?"
away.
They were like, "Do you want a ride to the hospital?" And I was like, "Yes." And it was already
Yep.
nighttime,
Yep.
so that was bad.
So
You people are dead. I hope you're happy.
yeah. So we're going to start back up where it is. You guys never get up early, so it's morning, but early, as you are down in the restaurant getting your plate of bacon, eggs, waffles, pancakes, your usual breakfast fueled with lots of coffee at the table. You guys got back to home base last night. Um, yeah, after having some injuries in the wood, somebody totaled your borrowed vehicle. You definitely lost your deposit on that one. uh, Getting several injuries, with fake nurse going off, and a small ambulance ride to the next town over to get some actual medical care. And seeing as you have no reason to believe that anything actually happened, you're all around the breakfast table, getting your coffee and your various stuffing your face with all kinds of breakfast goodies. A little slow today. I believe today's a Thursday, I believe. Let's see. You went to the campus on Wednesday because Friday night is when all the fun stuff is happening. So, yeah, some townies are here. Again, this is later in the morning, so all the business folks are already at work or they've opened up their various little jobs, and you're just having a good time at breakfast when fake nurse or fake nurse, fake news makes it back to town on foot, not able to thumb a ride in at all. You just walked through the night and into the late morning as you finally arrive at a taste of Bloodworth to see all the smiling faces eating over the trays of bacon and breakfast as your clothing is shredded, you're bleeding from numerous wounds, probably scared to death as you right. So you open the diner door, and let's go ahead and introduce your character, Dia.
Yeah, so fake news opens the door and it's just like blank in expression. There's like twigs and leaves sticking out of her mullet, like clothing torn, bleeding from everywhere. Like just looks rough as fuck. Her face is all beat up from getting battered around when falling in the ambulance. Like as she just like her shoe, she's missing a shoe for some reason. Like it's just she just looks rough, and she just kind of slowly just walks through the dining area and just goes straight up to her room.
One of the townies is about to take a sip of coffee. The younger man next to him said, "Yeah, that's the roughest walk of shame I've ever seen." Okay, so how are you reacting to this? The rest of you are again at the table,
Did we
chowing
notice?
down.
Could she not pay her bill at the hospital? What? I mean, what kind of insurance are we out here with the thing? I mean,
Let's introduce the next character. Who has some points that I've asked you to record because of eating certain food at some point? All right, so it's not that Lars really enjoys breakfast on a normal thing because Lars is usually caffeine fueled, up all night, splicing the video, and up so late that the breakfast is not really a thought. But here lately, you have to start the day with a big plate of bacon. You just have to.
It's also,
You don't know what it is. It's just your day just doesn't start without that plate of bacon.
I try to eat proper too and have porridge in there, but I still somehow have bacon there. I don't know what's
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. So tell us about Lars.
Hey, Lars von Trier. I am the filmmaker who's honestly treating this job seriously for why we're here, which is amusing because he was the one hired to actually work at this and everyone else was volunteer.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got the skills to pay the bills, but no one else is actually interested.
Okay. And let's have the first roll of the day. Make me a magic save, please.
That's a fail.
Okay. Will adding the points that I've asked you to record make that a pass?
Oh, I've only got 1 point, so no.
Okay.
Unless you want me to increase it to...
Yeah. You will now increase it by another point.
Okay, that gives me 2. My magic defense is a 7. I'm going to be failing this for a long time to come.
Yeah. Okay. Also, speaking at the table, asking if fake nurse news.
That's your name now, Dion. Fake news.
So I'm looking at your name tag, and it's just 1 R away from being fake nurse, and that it's just throwing me. Yeah. So tell us all about Professor Dunhill, who I don't believe has accumulated any points that he needs to keep track of.
No.
Yeah, the coffee's good. You don't know what the fascination with the bacon is. I mean, it's just bacon, but the coffee's good.
As long as it's Lee bacon.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, Professor Dunhill is quite obviously not a professor, even though, people... That's just his first name. I don't know why they call him that, but yeah.
Hey, that's just like your opinion, man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking around and I am I'm the owner of 3 shiny new hit points this morning. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good coffee.
Yeah. Did you pick up any new skills or abilities for level 3?
I can bribe people. I know how to bribe them properly now.
You know how to properly bribe people now.
Yeah. And I got some skills, but I have not spent those points yet, so...
Sure. You might be better at things.
Yep.
It's undetermined until after that first pot of coffee is drank.
Yeah, I don't know anything right now.
Chad, also, I believe you have some points, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Well, introduce us to Chad as he's chowing down on some bacon.
Well, most people know my older brother. I'm sworn to secrecy on most of that. But I've been in college for 7 years now, and I'm really good at drinking. Very good.
Some might say you majored in it.
If only.
Okay. Why don't you also make me a magic save to get this started here?
Okay. So my magic save is 8. And I just roll a d20, right?
Mm-hmm.
You went over. Oh, you went under.
I failed.
No,
you succeeded.
You succeeded.
Oh, you succeeded.
Yeah.
No, I think you've got to meet or beat the save, don't you?
No, you got to roll under.
It's a roll under for the saves.
Oh, sweet. All right. Well, then I made it.
Yep, because your saves improve, so the number goes higher the better you are.
Okay.
So I mean, still, you're looking forward to that plate of bacon. You do not need to add a point to anything, but you're enjoying your bacon.
It's good bacon.
Meanwhile, Flo, who is usually the late morning, afternoon hostess here, comes to refill your coffee and watches fake news go up to the room and says, "Oh, what happened to your friend?"
Rough night.
Well, I can see that. Does she need a doctor or something? I mean, the veterinary's office isn't open yet, but
she was meant to be going to the doctor's. That's presumably where she came back from. So I don't know. Did they rough her up? How are the doctors in this next town over?
Well, I would say that those doctors that Aviation Hill are not very good at doctoring, looking at the shape that she's in. Well, you just let me know if you want me to send a plate of food up there for her or anything. Coffee? Tops everybody off.
Sure.
Ugh.
All right. I think fake news. You go up and take a shower, perhaps.
Yeah,
You
he's gonna
check all your cuts
shower.
and abrasions, and
She's gonna try and just like gather herself together, and actually, she's gonna try and sleep.
yeah, that's fine.
Mhm.
Actually, sleeping comes pretty easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
So
what?
what's up for today? For one thing, you no longer have viable transportation. At least nothing that can go four wheeling or into some of these rougher places.
We've still got our standard car that we came here in.
Yep. It's just not so great for going any of the backwoods places. If
Well,
you're
there
heading
were
for a holler, as we call them, it's not going to do very well.
there were places that we could go to that were just like on the normal, like the factory or the hotel or what have you. I can't even remember the names for the rest.
Yeah, I mean, you're the film guy. What do you want to get some establishing shots for, or what do you want to get some investigation on? You plan out what you want to do.
Well, we would have our face person there to talk about stuff, but apparently she's not bothering to be a part of this.
I'm not a face.
You just play one on cable access.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just a pretty one.
Exactly, that's the closest we got.
Mm-hmm.
How close is the hotel? Or yeah, how close is the factory and how close is the hotel?
Hotel is just down the street. I mean, it's fairly
Yeah.
close. The factory is a fair bit. You'll have to drive there. I mean, you could walk, but it would take a bit.
Yeah. I propose, chaps, since the hotel is quite close, we start there because at least we can reconnaissance that without needing to carry stuff all over the place.
Do we not want to find out what happened to fake news?
No?
We're just going to go off and work out. I mean,
Well, do you want to go up and knock on her door?
sure. Nobody else cares. I care.
Okay. Well, you go up to your suite of rooms, and of course, you've got like the adjoining area, and I think you can firmly hear. I am near certain that fake news snores.
I would assume this quickly though. I'm still showering. Maybe.
It's up to you. You
I
can be.
mean, I finished my coffee first.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll
I'll
say,
knock
it's
and
up
see
to
what's
you.
going
You
on.
can either
I mean,
be
I don't
asleep,
know.
or you could have just finished your shower and
I'd say at this point I'd have just finished my shower if you like just
Okay.
finished the coffee and came up. So I'm like in a towel and all that.
she's bruised. There's abrasions on her skin that are fresher. They weren't there from the auto accident. Although those are still there too. Certainly doesn't look like she's been treated for anything.
What did the doctors do to you? I got something that can make you feel better, but it won't make you look better.
We didn't make it to Aviation Hill. Something attacked the ambulance, and
oh my god, that's great news! We've got a first-hand account that we can put up for our show. Oh,
it tore it open like it was paper mache. And I explained to Professor what I saw.
You're not exactly sure what you saw.
Just like some hulking monstrosity in the dark with like massive body, deer antlers, Like, wasn't like bright red eyes or something?
Yes,
Or,
bright red
yeah,
eyes are the
bright
only
red
thing that you could
eyes.
clearly see.
I dropped my gun. I didn't know what to do. I was ready to die, and I just offered it the moonshine that I got the other night. I don't know what I was thinking. I just, and and then it left me alone.
Of the moonshine.
And then I walked
Right.
all the way back.
You walked. Damn. That's a good story.
It's not a story. It happened.
It's.
And I love the fact
You
that
know
you
what I
get
meant.
to say
I mean,
anything about the ambulance driver who was utterly ripped apart.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and he ate them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he just ate them while I was there, strapped to the gurney.
it wasn't anything like the thing that we saw in the vet's place. No. Oh
Bigger.
my god.
Bigger.
Same one, but an adult.
No,
No.
it wasn't
Oh my
like a
god.
spider thing.
Another thing.
It
Spider.
was like a monster.
It wasn't a spider thing at the vet's place, was it?
Oh no, that was
Just
like
a mountain lion.
a mountain lion, maybe.
Mm,
This was like the size of the ambulance.
wow.
You guys said thing.
But
Uh.
I'm going to bed.
You sure?
Yes. Good night, Professor. I just shut the door.
All right.
So you actually got a boon from making an offering. Do you remember what it was?
+3 to my courage save.
Yep.
All right. Well, I go back downstairs and report to the others. I don't know. I didn't check if she saw these things before or after they started administering pain-killing drugs to her or not. But fake news. Blah. Everything you just heard. So yeah,
So is there a scene where that happened?
What?
Is there is the ambulance still there or something?
I don't know. I don't know where it happened.
No,
We could go and investigate if we just get in our car and drive out. Oh wait, no.
Well, you do have a car, just not one capable of off-roading. And there's
Exactly.
only one road out of Bludworth Hollow.
So yeah, we could just follow it and see what happens. If we could, I don't know, get somebody's car, buy a car.
We've got a car. We've got our own car.
We've
got an extra car to do four-wheel off-roading with.
Oh right, okay, yeah, but the one we drove in with. All right, well, let's get in that and go and see if we can find out what happened then. Find fake news' ambulance, doctors, whatever. Or do you just want to walk down the road to the factory and see if there's something there again?
It depends on whether you want fake to be there or not to reenact anything. You know, actually get the visuals interesting more than just here's an ambulance that fell over. But apparently you've got to view.
We can go out there and take a look and see if it's there.
She's not joining us anytime soon, so.
Oh no, she's sleeping. Yeah.
Yeah. Chad?
Yeah, we should why wasn't this attack like a bigger deal? Like nobody even knows about it.
Right. Why would they know about it?
Well, I mean, I would think an attack that took out an ambulance. Like, isn't that something that would usually be a big deal?
I mean, but who would have seen it?
I'm sure somebody.
Who knew that there was an ambulance that was going to be coming along?
I mean, I guess maybe the hospital is out an ambulance, but they don't know where it was or what was going on. I suppose maybe they dispatched them out here. I don't know. Let's go see what we can find. I mean,
Call the ambulance company. Like, they must know that they've got an ambulance missing.
Yeah, it is. In fact, it is in fact the Bludworth EMS. So, like, there is a number you can call.
Well, let's call them.
Okay. Emergency services. What's the nature of your emergency?
Yeah, I had a friend that you were taking to the hospital at Aviation Hill yesterday, and, well, evidently the ambulance got attacked and she never made it to the hospital, and we don't know what happened to the ambulance, and just wondered if you guys knew.
Without missing a beat, it's like, what's the name of your friend?
Fake nurse.
I'm sorry, we don't have any record of an ambulance picking up a fake nurse yesterday.
Do you have any ambulances that were missing?
Well, not that that's an unusual question. The internal workings of our department aren't something that we normally just tell a random person on the phone.
Well, I mean, isn't it unusual for the ambulance to go missing? We want answers here.
Well, it might be unusual, but I'm not saying an ambulance is missing.
Man. Well, okay then. Thanks for your time. I go back to the table. I'm like, guys, that conversation officially went nowhere. They're pretending like they don't know anything.
Well, you also gave them a wrong name, so I mean,
Oh, you know, it's the same thing, right?
I think so. Was it just Bill doing that intentionally or not? I'm not sure.
yeah.
Did Bill realize he was doing that?
I did realize I was doing that because,
Okay.
you know.
That's it. Now you have to do a deed poll change there, Dion. To get your name.
Hardy, baby.
Yeah.
Well, as you are contemplating this, and I assume you're all back downstairs just finishing off the last bits of your coffee and breakfast, police officer comes in, the very handsome one with the nice set of teeth, takes his hat off as he walks in the door because it would be impolite to wear your hat indoors, goes and sits down at the bar, and Flo pours him some coffee and his usual, which is 2 pieces of white toast and a single piece of bacon.
do we want to talk to the policeman?
I don't
Find out
know.
if he knows anything about a missing ambulance?
Sure, I'll go over and talk to the cop.
All right.
He's talking to the pigs. Get him.
Good morning there, officer. How's it going?
Oh, well, I'll tell you as soon as I finish this pot of coffee, and he gives you just the stunning smile.
Okay, so I'll just stand there and wait for him to finish the coffee.
He notices. He's like, well, have a seat. What can I help you with?
Well, my friend over there, Fake News, you know, the girl that's with our crew.
Oh, yeah, the really handsome lady that's been with you.
Yeah. And, well, she got injured yesterday, and an ambulance went to take her to Aviation Hill, and evidently the ambulance got attacked by something, and she stumbled back here, and the ambulance people are dead.
He kind of scrutinizes you, looks at your eyes.
I mean, look, officer, if I was going to make up a story, I'd come up with something better than that.
Yeah, you are in the entertainment business, I suppose. But
Yes, sir.
it's sure is a tall story to swallow. Sure haven't gotten anything over the radio about any kind of accident.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a
Has
slow
it-
morning.
Is that normal for something like that to go unnoticed?
Well, it depends. Depends on where the ambulance was wrecked. I mean, there's not a lot of, as you are well aware, I mean, there's not a lot of traffic that goes up through Bloodworth and up to towards Aviation Hill. Nobody reported it in. That's for sure. At least not yet. Of course, if it was far enough up the road, could have been reported into Aviation Hills police and not us. Just depends on how far the ambulance got. I mean, and he kind of picks up his hat and he's like, "Flo, can I get the coffee to go? I'll look into this, sir, Mister Blutarski, was it?
Blutarski, yeah.
I could have sworn you got a brother.
Uh,
Anyway, I'll look
no,
into this for you.
I don't know what you're talking about as far as brothers go, but yeah, I would love to hear what you find.
Well, we here at Bludworth Hollow, we're very open with the public here. If I happen to hear anything, I'll call up to the police department over at Aviation Hill. I'll give a call back here. You guys are staying here, right?
Yes, sir.
Give me your room number and I'll dial your phone up. I'll let you know if we got anything.
I'll give him the room number.
Flo, if I can get this to go. Yeah. I mean, he just, puts his hat on. He's like, I'll look into it. I'll let you know.
Thank you, sir. I'd go back over. Yeah, he didn't know anything either, but he's going to let me know.
Okay. See, the less we investigate, the more we're going to live. So,
You see, it's all Mayberry until you start looking into things.
yeah. So, if you really want, we can get the camera equipment in and go driving for this ambulance of yours, hers, if it's there.
Yep. Up to you. So, Dion, so if you want to just sleep for 4 hours and get half your hit points back, you'll be able to join them for some activities during the day. Otherwise, if you want a full 8 hours, you're not going to be in motion until this evening.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the 8 hours because I want to be able to. I want to go to the thing at night because it's Friday night, right?
It's Thursday.
It's
Friday night
Thursday?
tomorrow.
Oh, I'm getting the 8 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, then you're pretty much going to be out of what we do because there's no reason for us to hang around waiting for you.
No, yeah, go do what you gotta do. I'm at 7 out of 25 hit points. I'm taking the full
Okay.
heal.
7 is half my hit points total.
Yeah, I'm at 25 now. I rolled max HP, so I'm
Yeah,
like,
me too.
I need that.
I did
That's
not.
fine. I mean, you might just do stuff that's time consuming anyway. You know, it's just really up to you guys how fast you want stuff to go around. So if you want to hop in your car and go down the US route, hit the interstate to Aviation Hill to see if you can find a wreck, you're welcome to do that, or you're welcome to wait for the police report.
What's the feeling of, do we want to do
think-
something else? Do we want to...
Get up and go and do something and see what's
Yeah.
going on out here.
Yeah, I'd like to go check it out.
Ambulance, hotel...
There we go,
factory?
ambulance.
Ambulance, okay. Well, we need the camera stuff, so just go and help you get that stuff then.
Sure. Was your new camera rig, was it rigged up to the car that was destroyed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that survived. You can remove it and mount it onto your normal vehicle if you want.
I don't even know where the car is, where the wreck is at the moment.
I thought you guys had it towed back to Tin Man, the place you rented it from.
I think so, but it was kind of late last night, so
Yeah.
I don't know if anything happened with that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's up to you. You grab your gear. You all
Yeah.
hop
Oh,
into
we can say we transferred it over. Sort of.
your van and you head up down to the road to Aviation Hill. So between Bloodworth and Aviation Hill is 50 miles. You're not exactly sure how far along they got, but it had to have been within walking distance for Fake Nurse to have made it back.
And I would also assume that if Aviation Hill was closer, she would have gone there.
Mm-hmm.
So If we go halfway and we haven't found it, then it's just going to be a write-off, and we've got other things to do. Would be my suggestion, but I'm
Right.
not the one driving.
All right. So who's driving?
I'll drive.
Okay.
Chad.
So if you're driving, I would like everybody. Well, everybody can make the spot roll.
Is there an easy way to roll with advantage in this in the macros?
You can set one up. I don't have a 2D.
I can't remember what the command is. I'll just roll twice and hit the highest.
Slash out 2D
20.
That
Yep.
would work. Keep 1. K1.
Oh yeah, keep highest. Oh well, we'll work on that. So that's a 13 for me. So I get a +3 to spot.
Okay.
I got a 14.
So Lars got a 13. Chad got a 13,
I
and
got a 14. Yeah.
14.
+1.
Okay. So you drive and you make it all the way up to just the outskirts of Aviation Hill. You've gone the full distance. You didn't see a wreck anywhere.
Yeah.
He must have been making it up.
I mean, but then let's go to the hospital then and see whether
All the way over
the ambulance is there. Or where the people are.
In Aviation Hill.
Well, I mean, we're here.
Yeah, there's no hospital in Bludworth, so the hospital is in Aviation Hill. So Bludworth has their own ambulance service to get people to Aviation Hill, but there is no hospital in Bludworth Hollow. Just a vet.
So, I mean, either she made it here and then was horribly beaten up or something happened along the way here.
Yeah.
We just didn't see.
Yeah, we didn't.
Thoroughly modern hospital. You guys drive up to the round, park it in visiting parking, head on in. It's not incredibly busy, but it is thoroughly modern. Apparently, the adjacent college has a program here for folks that are going into the medical industry as nurses or doctors. So there's a lot of students that do rotations here. And so it looks like this is a teaching day because there are doctors and nurses going around with very young looking folks learning the trade of extracting money from you to making you slightly better.
So we're back in Aviation Hill.
Yes, you're in Aviation Hill. You made it all the way to Aviation Hill.
Right.
Okay, well, go up to the desk. Hey, we're trying to find if our friend, we're here to pay the bill for fake news, who was checked in yesterday, I believe. Came up
Sure.
here.
They are modern enough to have computer systems. She's got a little IBM PC Junior that she's like, okay, spell that name for me, please. And what was the admittance time?
It would have been some point last night. Not sure exactly when that was.
Okay.
Late night, early morning sort of thing. And yeah, NUSE.
Okay. No, I'm sorry. We don't have a patient here, a patient profile by that name. Could the spelling be wrong? And she spells out the name for you again to make sure it's right.
I mean, depends what. Did you have anybody check in whose name could be that sort of thing last night?
We did have one person check in last night. Looks here like it was a John Doe. He was in here for alcohol poisoning, flushed out his stomach. No outstanding bill was paid for by the universities, probably college student, but no one else was admitted.
So you're saying she doesn't owe you anything?
I don't have a fake news in the system at all.
She doesn't owe you anything. Okay, we're going to consider that debt discharged then. All right. Thanks very much. walk out again. Or I think that was the best way to deal with that. So she didn't make it here last night, according to what they're telling us anyway. So maybe we should go back over the road and have a better look then to see where something might have happened. I mean, we know where we had a crash. So
Well, now that we're here, we can get a better idea of what their ambers and cylinders look like, so we know, oh, that sort of shape is what you're looking for.
Yep.
Makes
sense.
So
Because the
first thing
report
you'll
last night
notice
was
is
dark and stuff.
Aviation Hill has their own EMS or their own ambulance service, and it's dark blue. And the ambulance from Bludworth Hollow is just kind of a pale white or an eggshell white. So they're two different kinds of
So
vehicles.
we got picked up in one of them last night. Was it
Yep.
the dark blue one or
You've got one from Bludworth Hollow that picked you up because that's where you kind of got. Anyway, that's where the police officer got the help from.
we were expecting to see a cream ambulance then?
Yes.
Okay. But we didn't see nothing. There was nothing.
Saw nothing. Yeah. She will further verify that no EMS services came in from Bludworth Hollow last night at all. Just a local, likely a college student. That's it.
There wasn't any reports of like people headed this way. They didn't like radio ahead and tell you, hey, we've got someone coming in.
That's actually a fair point. She will look that up and said, yeah, we did have a dispatch from Bludworth. Really, well, it wasn't so much last night as really early this morning, around 2 or 3 a.m., saying that they had an inbound, but no, they never checked in.
Hmm. Okay.
Is your friend missing?
Maybe.
Well, if they are, I would certainly recommend that you go and visit the police and file a missing persons report. There's been a rash of disappearances lately.
Say lately.
Say that again.
Like how many?
Well, I mean, of course, everybody knows about the busload of cheerleaders that went missing. Of course, this is the big one you know about.
Yeah.
But it's been bad enough that the FBI set up a branch in the local mall just to help with the searching of missing folks.
Right here in Aviation Hill?
You already visited the offices, but yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know, man. I talk to cops, but FBI, I need to stay away from that. At least that's what the professor taught me.
Okay.
Okay, well, thanks.
Sure. She pulls out a cigarette and lights up because it's the 80s.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we want to do here while we're here, or do we want to go back and see if we can find more? See if we can have a better look now on the way back.
Were any of the leads we had or places to investigate in Aviation Hill?
Nope.
No, I think so.
Aviation Hill doesn't really have a bunch of supernatural stuff. I mean, the club that's at the college, they mostly investigate the Bludworth Hollow area.
Well, that's happening on Friday, so.
Mm-hmm.
There was no reason to come here at all.
Yeah, there was. We verified that fake news never checked in here. And the fake isn't playing us for anything. She's not being her name.
I'm surprised that wasn't the thinking that went right away. It's like, oh, she's building a story here. Should we get the cameras?
I mean, I did say that. But
Yeah.
We'll wait until she's better presented.
Okay. You're going to head back then. Take it going slower on the interstate and the U.S. route heading back. So give me those rolls again. A little bit easier this time.
On the way back, are we going past the factory or is the factory further on?
You will be passing by the factory going back, yes.
Can we stop by the factory then on the way back?
Makes sense.
Start doing stuff? Okay. Anyway. 22. Yeah.
Nah.
Oh, that ambulance! Oh, you should have said. I don't know. We're looking for that ambulance.
Okay. No, you don't see an ambulance, but you do see skid marks on the road.
Ew.
Yeah, I know.
And it kind of veers off and kind of goes into the tree line on the edge of the road. And it would be on the opposite lane. So it would be going, it's in the lane that's heading towards Aviation Hill. You're in the lane that's going the opposite
Well,
direction.
Chad, if you cannot crash into the forest, we'd like to stop here and then have a look.
Yeah. There is enough of a shoulder that you can pull off into the shoulder and not block traffic.
Well, get the camera out. Let's go.
Got the camera out. Okay, that spot was good enough for you to tell that this was definitely a heavier vehicle that had multi-axle. So like the back wheels were 4 wheels instead of just 2 wheels. So it's probably made by either an ambulance or a hauling truck of some sort.
Oh, we're just going to find our own crash, aren't we?
No, you would have passed that. So your original crash was you haven't reached it yet. So this is before. Okay, so you got this skid mark that kind of just goes off the side of the road. You do
Yep.
see some of the trees look a little damaged, but you don't see a vehicle anywhere.
I'm still going to get the camera out and... Oh, that's what we should have done on the navigation. No, too late.
Oh, I mean, can we look around this place and see if we can find any? I don't know,
Find
anything.
Basically, go into the woods. I'm good. We know the car's there, so...
Yeah. So you go into the wood line, and you can see like a path that was mowed through the tall grass. You can see that some of the trees were damaged, but there's no vehicle here. I'm just going to continue on with the rolls that you made. So let's see. Bill got a 4, Jameis a 22, Professor Dunhill 6. So Jameis, your character is going to spot it. There are bits and pieces of an automobile. There's some headlight glass here. There's a reflective bit of mirror there, but just little pieces.
Mm. Well, there's something here, but it got taken away. There's nothing here to see now.
That's also a great roll, so that I'll also tell you, no wrecker came by to move the ambulance. Like there's not another set of tire treads here. There would have been something to show that something would have been pulled out. Nothing.
The
It just
ambulance
looks like,
simply-
yes, there was a vehicle that came this far into the woods and then it was disassembled.
It was simply not here.
Yeah.
There's no mystery. I don't know why you keep asking about the amazing disappearing ambulance.
I mean, I didn't see any of this.
Yeah, well, I pointed out and go, "Ooh, there's this," but
There are
still
also various trails through the woods. They could be game trails. It could be that hunters come through here. It's fairly thick.
Nope.
If you want to explore any of these trails, you can.
Nope.
Nothing big enough for an ambulance to go down, though, is there?
No,
So,
no,
I
no,
mean,
maybe like a small 4-wheeler, but no, not like a full-size car. No, or motorcycles, dirt bikes could.
can you point out where the entrance, the center of this crash, the rubbish that you found is? I'm going to do something stupid.
Yep.
Throw that down there, cool, and then I'll just go into the center of that and jump up and down on the spot, trying to put my weight down as much as possible to see if, hey, has it somehow crashed underground or something?
Yes.
See if I
If you
get-
fall into the back rooms, it's on you.
Yeah, give me just a second here. I'm going to call for a save.
Woo!
So there's a stupidity.
Yeah, fail.
It could be like Toon, where you actually have to save versus your intelligence to actually do something that's stupid.
Mm.
That's a good game.
You know what? No. Let's do a dex check, or if you have a skill in something like athletics or something that would make you have quicker than normal reactions. Like if you're an athlete, if you've got any skills in that.
Not currently got anything like that. I don't think. No,
Right.
Want to get
Just the
high
dex
on
I
coke
am
first?
definitely all right. Athletics. Sorry, dexterity it is, and nope.
Okay.
Fail miserably.
You jump a couple
Well-
times, and then the ground does give out beneath you,
Ah,
and you plummet. Unfortunately, you're not fast enough to grab onto the edge, and you fall. Roll
ah!
2d4 for me.
Sorry, roll how many?
2d4.
2d4. Right. 3.
3 points of damage.
Ow.
And it's not so much that the fall is very. I mean, it's maybe like a good 8 feet that you fell, but you land on something sharp, and it punctures you. And then as you kind of get your bearings, and this is fairly early in the day, so sunlight is coming down, and you can get a good look at what you fell on. Make me a courage save here.
I just did get more courageous. A natural 20 means I did fail that miserably, right?
Yes, you did.
Yes. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! This
So
sharp
what
thing.
pierced you was the shattered rib cage of the ambulance driver. With most of him has been eaten. His entire middle soft part of his body has been just stuck tusk and teeth in there, just ate everything, cracking ribs, and you've got some of his ribs pierced into you as you fell into what's left over. Yeah, this is going to cause some problems for you. That's a crit fail.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, you say that like it matters.
I mean, it does
It's just
matter.
a quick fail.
It matters to me.
Yeah, but I'm not you, so it's fine.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. I don't have my bookmarks in
Is
here.
it a terror check? Is that what we're doing now?
No, not terror. This is a perfectly, while grotesque, not a supernatural thing. Okay, failed courage terror. Okay, here we go. Roll me a d10.
Oh, I haven't got. I've rolled a 4.
Okay, so you're spooked and you run away for 2 rounds. In this case, it means that you flee into this burrow hole that's lined with bits of automobile as you scream and you run heedlessly into this dark passage.
I don't even stop to impale myself from the
No,
ribcage.
you
I
still
drag
have
them with
bits
me.
of rib cage stuck in your posterior as you scream and run. You guys all see the professor fall into a pit. You hear him scream, and you catch sight of him ducking into a tunnel down there.
I don't like this at all.
Yeah.
Professor, can you describe how you're feeling?
Yeah. So you're just going to be running into the darkness for a bit. Luckily for you, the tunnel just seems to be going in one direction and no spin-offs or turn-offs. But you're just running into the blackness.
Look at Chad. What? Does it look safe to climb down there and be able to climb back up again?
It's about an 8-foot drop. So yeah, I mean, you could hang off the edge and drop if you wanted to. I'm sure that your van has a simple emergency kit. So maybe you got some tow cables in there.
Yeah,
That
I'm
would
not
be
going
enough.
down. Unless there's an easy way I can get back up, I'm not going down.
Yeah, like I'm saying, it's you probably have a
Yeah.
tow kit that has enough of a line to tow your car that you could hitch around a tree and drop down in there.
Oh, Chad, shall we?
Chad is apparently toking up and drinking in the car as he's not responding.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Pretty much. What are we
Are we,
doing?
go- are we going down the hole after the professor?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, we'll get the cable and attach something so we can get
Okay,
it.
so you're both going down then. Okay.
Oh, what the hell? If we're penny for a pound.
All right. You're going to continue to film. I assume
Oh, hell yeah.
you've got a light that you turn on.
I hope so.
Okay.
Oh,
Embedded in the walls down here are bits of the license plate and enough bits of automobile that you can see, like the ambulance was completely torn apart and disassembled, and it's just lining the walls of the burrow. And that's pretty much what this is. It's a burrow. Tunnels go off in multiple directions. You can still hear the professor screaming down the one that he ran through, so that's easy to figure out. And you all see the remains of what Professor Dunhill fell in. So why don't you guys go ahead and make me courage checks as well? I don't think you've ever seen a body that's been both dismembered and eaten.
So how do we make the courage check?
roll a d20 and you want to get below, or below your courage level. I failed, for example.
Okay.
Yay, join me in running down a different tunnel.
You didn't crit fail though. You just failed.
Aw.
Yep, I failed.
Okay. Both of you guys failed as well. Okay.
Ew.
Actually, your stomach rumbles just a little bit, Lars. And for some reason, you're hungry.
Yeah, I can get that.
Yeah, Chad. It's pretty horrific, but you're like, so what? It's just meat. It's just meat. You're a little disassociated. You don't really see this as ever being a human being.
I had this vision of us all going, ah, and like screaming and running all the way back to Bloodworth.
No, scream as we get out of the thing. Scream as we calmly scream as we go back to the car.
You know, Lars, they say human meat tastes a lot like pork.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Yeah.
Yep.
Just saying.
Yep. Yeah. I'm not disagreeing.
Do it.
Good.
Do it.
This takes a bit. You're filming the whole thing.
Yeah.
Enough for the professor to come to his senses to figure out that he's ran down a long, dark tunnel underground. Has no idea where he is.
Roll another courage save. No.
So it's pretty dark down here?
It's very dark down here once you go into any of the tunnels. Like if you just at the bottom of the pit, there's plenty of sunlight coming in from above. But if you follow the professor, those are very dark tunnels.
The ground caved in, so we've still got the sun coming in there, and we're in that big hole at the moment. But professor ran off.
I happen to have 5 flashlights with me.
Where did you get those? Why didn't you have those yesterday when we needed them?
I don't know. I'll give one each to the professor and Lars.
Well, the professor's nowhere to be seen right now. He ran down one of the tunnels. But with your flashlights, there are several tunnels that kind of radiate down from here of varying sizes. The one the professor went down was the largest, which, he had to hunch over a little bit to run down, but still fairly large. Some of them are as small as like gopher holes and some in between. This is definitely a burrow of some sort. While the ambulance driver is the latest meal down here, there are signs that there have been other meals down here, as there are scattered bones of both human and animal.
Chair, can we just get a shot of you picking over some of these remains, please? Need to get a good shot of something happening.
Okay.
Yep, does not bother you in the least, Chad. Pick up the guy's head, you slot your hand in there, and you play him like a puppet.
Yeah, I was going to say, I make him talk. Hello! How are you today?
Just as well, we're all going to die, really.
Probably, yeah.
You're the worst.
Yep.
Yep.
You going to come back sometime, Dunhill? Do you like it down there? I don't know.
Hello!
You can hear them, but it's pitch black.
How do I know it's you? I don't. Where? I can't. I don't know. What?
I'm not a monster. I am Chad.
Those two things are not mutually exclusive.
But he.
There's some students here looking for drugs.
Oh, look. That definitely sounds like somebody trying to tempt me out this way. Oh, I'm staying here now.
All right.
I don't know. I'll slowly walk in a direction, which
You can hear
I
where
guess I can
the
tell where
voices
they're
are
coming
coming
from.
from.
Yeah,
It was pretty much one direction, and
Yep.
it was pretty obvious.
Yeah,
I'm
you can see a
on my
little
way
bit of
out
light
now.
in that direction, so you'll come out of the tunnel. You still have a bit of rib cage stuck in your back end. Who knows? I mean, hopefully that was sterile. I doubt it.
Well, it's the 80s. They didn't have as many germs then.
Well,
Well,
right,
mystery solved, Lars. Looks like the ambulance was deposited along the walls of the tunnels down here, as well as the driver.
How did it get down here? And what? I mean, the ground up there. Well, I mean, it wasn't stable, but can somebody pull this out of me, please?
Have we come across the ambulance yet?
You have come across bits and pieces of the ambulance that are all kind of embedded in the walls down here.
Any parts of it still intact that might have medications?
No, it's mostly just bits of the vehicle that's been thoroughly ripped like tissue paper. And
Chad is very disappointed.
Do you need first aid there, Professor?
I mean, if somebody could remove this rib cage from me, I don't want to be carrying an extra. That would be great.
Hey, in this town, you never know when you're going to need it.
That was my one.
Do you have first aid, Lars?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see if it's actually worth it. 12. Could be worse.
The DC.
I don't know what the DC is. Who knows?
No, you're fine. Yeah, that was a success.
That was a medical extraction, yoink.
You spray some back tracing on it.
All right, well, thanks.
So it's a D4. It's a D4 back. Hit points.
Okay, you can roll that, Richard.
Okay.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, if we want to click some, what is evidence here of what kind of animal did this?
Something that burrows.
Yeah. So my priority is get something that looks like evidence of what kind it is, and then grab some bits of ambulance.
Well, there's no real evidence of what did it, but there's certainly evidence of the crime scene itself. Like there's a mostly intact license plate stuck in the wall for the ambulance.
So we'll
grab that.
Grab the license plate and Bill's something.
And the body still has most of the medtech's gear on, including his ID, is intact.
Yeah, we'll grab that as proof of ID, and then head on back, I suppose. We'll make it a bit more obvious where the path is, so you don't have to look for where the skid marks is. So we can ID. It's this point here where we tied a yellow ribbon to an old oak tree.
Okay.
And take it back to the sheriff, who apparently didn't bother doing his job.
So that takes several hours for you to drive to Aviation Hill, go back slowly, do all of this. When you get back, sheriff did actually do his job. He tried to call. Nobody was there to answer, so he left a message with Flo. So yeah, you were just left a message saying that ambulance driver didn't reach Aviation Hill. No one's reported an accident, so it's missing. They've already put out an APB on the vehicle, the driver, and you guys never said, you actually were not straightforward with whether or not your friend is missing or not. So a message was left to that regard as well. It's like, so is your friend missing? Should we be looking for her as well?
Well, if he left that with Flo, and Flo would have probably said, "I saw Fake come
Yeah.
in."
Yep.
So, but yeah. So where's the sheriff now? Flo or whoever.
Well, he's organizing. They've got a missing ambulance and an ambulance driver.
And they are
Probably also wants to talk to Flo as a witness of the ambulance going missing.
And the sheriff is over there. Is he over there?
Well, see, that's just it. The sheriff himself, you guys haven't met.
Well,
You've
the
been dealing with
deputy,
one of the deputies the entire time.
attractive guy.
Yeah. So
Deputy-
yeah, the deputy
Deputy
is.
sexy.
Well, he's out. They're doing a patrol to see if they can find the ambulance. He's got some of the locals helping him. You can get on dispatch to get a hold of him
Yeah.
if you want.
Okay, can
Yeah.
we do that, please?
Sure. You just you call 911. They'll patch you through to his CB. And it's like, yeah, sure enough, we got an ambulance missing. There's been no reports of a wreck or a crash, like your friend was saying there. We would like to talk to your friend. Here, she came back in an awful state, but she might have been the only witness to the disappearance of the ambulance.
Yeah, no, we know where that is. We've got some
Okay. Well,
evidence from it.
care to enlighten us?
Yeah. Do you want to swing by the diner? I don't know where you are, but that's where we are.
I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Okay, cool. Dunno or Chad or something, can you go up and just see if Fake's awake yet? In case she may be still asleep.
Yep. If you want to wake Fake up at this point,
she's still awake. Asleep.
It's been about 4 hours. So if you wanted to join in now, you'd have half your hit points back.
Sleeping like a rock.
She's hung the do not disturb sign out on her door.
I know, but in character, we would go and check.
Yep.
Yeah, now we can. Yeah.
While all of this was going on,
Mhm.
I want to go over to Flo, or I guess Flo. Yes, he's there.
Yeah.
I want some moonshine. I need something to drink. Where can I get some moonshine?
Well, the bar is not properly open yet, but here she pours you out like a rum and coke.
Right. I also want some moonshine as well. I need a drink and I need some moonshine. I need something.
Oh,
I need it.
Right.
She pulls out a canister, like an old bell jar, quart jar full of moonshine. She's like, I think this is peach.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and I just shove some bills in her direction. Down whatever she gave me to drink and keep the moonshine on me. Like, hug it protectively at the moment. Yep, this is mine. I got it.
Suddenly a believer of what Fake.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Fate said I did that thing. I'm gonna go with it. So,
Yep. No.
Yeah.
Well,
she came back. I mean, the others
Right.
didn't. They didn't.
You hear
want
police
moonshine.
sirens. Police vehicle pulls up to the door, and deputy comes out.
I
Looks
go out to
around.
meet him because I'm going to say we keep the stuff in the car. We don't bring it into the diner.
Okay.
So I'll go out to the car and say, okay, we got the license plate. Here's some bits of bill. If you go,
Well, he
that way,
verifies the license plate. Is it? Yeah, that's the number of the. So he asked that you take him out to the site.
Yep, there's a yellow ribbon around an old oak tree. That's where the cleaner is.
Yeah. So when you get to the site, you find the skid marks going off the side of the road. You take the sheriff, and there's a couple of helpers that came along as well, and some big 4x4 trucks. Expecting that they're going to have to pull an ambulance out or something. They don't know what's going on. The tunnels have been collapsed. Actually, trees have been knocked over. They've been uprooted from underneath, and the whole thing has been collapsed.
Ouch.
Right. There?
Well, he takes off his hat. He's like, that's going to take a bit more manpower than we got right now. You said there was a body in there for sure, though, right?
Yeah, I could take him to where the main center of it was, so we can say that.
Okay. Hey, Phil, give me some of that marking paint. He pulls out some orange paint, shakes up the can, makes a big X on the ground. Does a little. He walks out several feet and makes a big circle. It's like, well, why don't you call the Corey boys? That outfit that does that nice construction out on Grandma's farm, put in that nice woodshed. Yeah, they got some gear. I think they got one of them backhoes. We're gonna need one of them. Yeah. We got the budget for it. Go ahead and get them boys out here. We're gonna need this whole thing dug up.
What do you think caused this, Sheriff?
Earthquake?
Hmm. Can we actually get to where the ambulance was buried?
No.
The whole area. The whole
Yeah.
area is okay. All right. Okay. All right. Find something interesting, gets taken away.
No, we do get sinkholes and tremors through here every once in a while. He kind of scratches his head. It don't look like any sinkhole I've ever seen, but something geological like happened here.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Well, this is not going to resolve itself in a few hours, so just make yourself available. We got any further questions? I would like to talk to that fine lady you've got. I'm sure she's sleeping it off, but when she's available, if you can have her come down to the police office, I'd like to have a little conversation.
Sure.
So far, what we got here is a license plate and your word that there was a body down there. Actually, no, you got his ID as well.
Yeah. So I wanted proof of both the ambulance and the body. And this bit here on the professor's where his ribs got stuck in.
Nah, I'm sitting in the car. I'm not getting out and going over there.
Well, I assumed that's you were back in the dinosaur. I assumed you didn't even get out.
Clutching his moonshine.
No. It's mine.
All right, yeah. So you're taking the site, but unfortunately, the place has collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
So evidence is sparse. But yeah, I mean, you got enough for him to have some people excavate, and that's what'll happen. So you guys drive back to town.
We got enough to show we're not just completely making it up. We're making up something, but not this.
All right. Unless you had anything else you wanted to do, we can just fast forward a little bit into the early evening when fake news will wake up after having a blissfully dreamless sleep.
I was hungry, so I do need to get another sort of meal while I'm in.
Yes. Yeah. Barbecue, of course.
Mm-hmm.
What else is there? So, Fake, you are awake. Your hit points are restored. You're still bruised and scratched and battered, but you feel better. Like I said, it was a dreamless sleep, so no horrors haunting you, which is unusual. Because I think Fake News often has horrific dreams around Mothman and Bigfoot.
Sure do. Yeah, so I get probably the best sleep I've had in a while. Ironically, I wake up, kind of check myself over.
You're still tender here and there. Still have the scratches. Still have the bruises, but
Yeah, I'm healing.
Yeah.
On mend. Okay. I'm gonna go downstairs. Go to the bar, or not bar, but I want to sit at the bar.
It's early supper time, so probably everyone else is down there eating.
Me?
You.
Go over. What?
We found him.
You found?
We found the ambulance. We found the people.
Yeah, it was on the side of the road. How could you miss it?
It was under the road.
What?
They're buried down. Somehow. Something... Giant worm or dog, something buried it underneath the ground.
Oh, the monster.
Everywhere and getting there. It was, I've got moonshine now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you run into it, offer it the moonshine.
That's why I got it. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
I have a couple bottles of my own.
What have I missed?
That.
Just that?
Yeah, pretty much. We went out,
Yeah.
found the accident site, tried to report it. It's now just collapsed forest.
Oh.
Well, at least I got some good footage of all I could.
Oh, did you? Go get that stuff. Get a copy of it. Make sure you have a backup. If things are disappearing left and right to cover their tracks, we need to cover our tracks.
Smart thinking. Yeah.
I haven't missed anything else. Nothing important.
Sheriff wants to talk to you about what you saw. But other than that,
Oh, great. What the hell am I going to tell him? One of your local cryptids attacked me?
Not the sheriff, mind you.
Oh,
The deputy.
I'm
the
saying
hot
sheriff.
one. Oh, okay, yeah. Well,
All right, so now that's got me wondering about the sheriff.
Yeah.
all right. So I guess I gotta go to the station?
I can't remember.
Yep, you were asked to go to the station whenever you were available.
Alright, so I'm gonna get food first. Hey, Flo, what's on the menu tonight?
Barbecue and chicken soup.
Chicken soup?
Chicken soup.
I'll take chicken soup.
You want dumplings in that?
Hell yeah, I want some dumplings in it.
Give it a big old bowl of chicken soup. Some dumplings.
I devour it. First hot meal I've had in a day.
Okay. So there are several locals here because this is like bar hours. People are coming in, getting drinks after work, etc. And in the corner, just walking in and kind of waves at Flo, is the vet. First time you've seen her since what's happened in the place.
Oh.
Flo's like, "Excuse me a moment, honey," and she goes and fixes bourbon and Coke and brings it over to the vet. Sits down, talks to her for a little bit.
I wait for Flo to be done talking to her,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna go over.
Oh, hi.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not.
What happened that night?
The office probably not going to be open for a little bit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there was a giant cat thing.
Oh yeah, I heard.
Yeah, we barely escaped. I was worried that something happened to you. God, there was like bloody handprints in there, and like.
Yeah. That was Cliff.
Is he okay?
We had a disagreement. Do you have any what kind of social skills do you have?
She's the face.
Yeah.
She said repeatedly, she's not the face.
I have investigation.
You have a what?
Investigation.
No, that's circumstance, not a person.
Yeah, I can just raw dog roll it.
Well, if you don't have anything like psychology, anything like that, then yeah, just give me a straight up charisma check.
Alright, it's gonna be a 14.
Okay, what is your charisma?
+1, so 14.
Okay, so you made it exactly? You made the roll?
Oh, my charisma is a 14, yeah.
And you made it and you rolled a 14. I'm not looking at the screen.
Well, I rolled a 13 and then my charisma was
okay,
a
yeah, you're
+1.
good. So it's you're good.
It's a save against the stats.
She's lying in
not-
multiple ways to you right now. Yeah, but she seems to be very shaken up, and she's not so much looking at you as like through you. She's got that like she's got that stare of someone that's just been through a very traumatic experience.
Is she like holding a cup of coffee or something, or a drink?
A big tall glass of bourbon and Coke.
Okay, I'm gonna put my hands like on hers very gently and just look into her eyes and just be like, I'm sorry if you are in danger or were in danger. If you need anything, you can talk to me.
Her eyes get kind of large and kind of wild for a moment, and then she's like, "No, everything." And she kind of looks down. Just doesn't meet your eyes. No, everything's fine. I'm just gonna need a bit more time off.
I
you
whisper.
want to borrow that cookbook, right?
I'm gonna whisper to her. Are you in danger?
I don't think there were like any codes for that in the 80s. It wasn't really a thing.
Right.
Um,
Well, because she mentioned her and her husband had disagreement, so I'm like, at this point, I'm like,
her
are you
boyfriend.
in danger? Yeah, boyfriend.
Um, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just things are just a little raw, just a little raw. I'll see. I haven't been back into the store yet. I'll see if I can't find that cookbook for you.
I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about you.
Well, that's really nice. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. It just comes with living in Bludworth. Really takes a big gulp of her drink. Yeah. You got a cigarette?
I do. I give her one. I light it.
Yeah. Her hands are a little shaky. Yeah.
I gotta go to the station, but I wanted to at least check on you since I hadn't seen you since that night. So
No, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Like I said, I'm just not going to go back to work for a while. Yeah. I'm just going to be here, just drinking, just drinking.
like I said, if you need to talk to somebody, I'm here. No cameras, none of the fancy stuff.
So she kind of says under her breath, so low that you just barely hear it. It's dangerous to talk.
And I nod as if just okay. I just nod. And I just get up and pat her on the shoulder a bit and walk away.
Yep. Immediately, Flo is getting off duty and she's gotten a cigarette and they're sitting down. She brought a big pitcher of rum and coke and they're just yep. She's clocked out. She's finished off the rest of her tables. She's letting people drink until the bar actually closes, which is still a little bit from now.
Which way is the? I asked Flo before I go out. Which way is the sheriff's office?
2 blocks down and take a right.
Gotcha. Thank you.
You'll notice it in the count of the jail sales.
Perfect.
If you hang on a moment, Fake, I'll get a fresh tape and fresh batteries, and I'll give the current tape to Chad. Can you hold on to this, please, until I put it together?
Sure.
And then I'll go with you so I can tape your discussion with the sheriff, so we can. So we just need to. So you only have to go through your story once.
Lars, you finish your big bowl of chili, and you just can't shake out the image of the gutted out corpse of the ambulance driver as you're eating the chili. It just makes you hungrier. It just makes you hungrier.
The splits his spleen. His
Mhm.
kidney's his kidney.
All right, what are the rest of you doing? So Fake News and Lars are going to go over to the police station. Pretty soon, let's see.
What's the professor doing?
What's that?
What's the professor doing?
Well, I was sitting in the booth just hugging my.
Another hour, Sherry will be here for the third shift after the bar closes down.
Did the out of towners come in and meet today? Do they do it every day or is it once a week? I forget.
Once a week, I think.
Oh, the help group is once a week.
Yeah.
Yep. So it hasn't been enough. It hasn't. You haven't been here a full week yet.
Right. No. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to come to the station with us, you're more than welcome. I'm not saying you can't come.
I mean, I guess I should come because I was there and saw it as well. And I don't. I'd rather.
Or not. That's up to you.
No, I'll stay here. I don't really want to police.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You want to come to the cops? You want to come to the pigs?
No, I'll stay here with the cooked pigs.
I'll go to the police station.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
The three of you head out to the police station. We'll take care of you first. Lights are on at the station. There's a couple of police vehicles up front. They've got an impound yard in the back, but it doesn't look like they regularly impound cars too much. There's a couple of those like 1950s, 60s muscle cars that are back there, actually. Some of
Ooh.
the teens were drag racing the first night you were here. You can hear a ball game very loudly playing inside as you open the jail. And again, the only officer you've seen since you've been here is the deputy.
Yeah. Well, he's the one we're supposed to be seeing, I suppose. Deputy,
Yep,
will you
he's got his feet up as he's watching the game, and as you come in, he turns off the screen. He's like, "Yep, sorry."
Does he
Oh,
notice? Does he notice us? Does his eyes only go to fake?
I know his eyes immediately goes to fake news and gives that very charming smile that lights up the dimple in his chin. He's like, "Miss News, so nice to see you again. Why don't you come on in? I hear that you had a scare, and I'd like to hear from you what happened." Excavation went very poorly out there today. As a matter of fact, a couple of the brothers, well, there's three of them. Two of them got injured. Nasty fall. Nothing too bad. No bones broken. But yeah, the process of excavating all that dirt has gone very slow. Although we have unearthed more bits and pieces of the ambulance, but we've not recovered a body yet.
Oh,
So I guess the question of the day, and for me to fill out this form here, and he's got the form that you can see actually there's multiple copies of it that's been pitched over into the trash can. Like he's started to fill it out, changed his mind, threw it away. Is like, what exactly happened to the ambulance, and why did it get turned into so much metal mulch in in the first floor like that? Can you shed any light at all on this, Miss News?
Just
Ms.
I'm sitting
News?
on my camera, and you probably won't even be noticing me. So focused on fake.
Oh, so are you trying to do it not noticed?
No, I'm pretty much open with it, but I
No,
reckon
no,
I reckon his
he sees the
attention's on
camera,
fake.
like, he just cleans up his hairline a little
Yeah,
bit, gives a big
cool.
smile to the camera. He doesn't seem to care that you're filming.
Yeah. Cool.
I tell him what I experienced, that I took the ambulance ride back, something crashed into the side of it, toppling it over, making it roll. Then the creature tore the thing open like it was like nothing.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
And
So he's writing as you're singing, and
and that he ate the other two bodies that were already dead
uh-huh.
and left me there alive. I don't say that I gave him anything. I don't say that.
Yep.
I leave that part out.
So it looks like he's writing in some kind of shorthand, but he seems to be taking down exactly what News is saying. Then he pauses and he pulls out like a manila folder. He said, well, this was the workup that they did on you right before they recommended that, or gave you the recommendation that going to Aviation Hills Hospital might not be too bad. According to this, you suffered a mild concussion, and they gave you various medications that could have put you in a very, we'll say, open state of mind. And Ms. News, I'm not casting any dispersions upon your story. I'm just pointing out the fact that you were on some very heavy medications when this happened.
I understand.
And while the obvious evidence of the pieces of the ambulance we've unearthed so far tells us that something very strange happened here, you don't have a body. And if you'd let us document the bruisings and abrasions that you still have here that don't coincide with the accident you had earlier in the night, we can take that down as official evidence as well. But I got to tell you, that's an awfully strange story. Stories that, well, sheriff has often told me to write down, just like I have here, file away over in that black filing cabinet, and points over to, there's a white filing cabinet and a black filing cabinet. The black filing cabinet's much smaller.
Ooh.
And whenever I do this, and he puts your statement down in a manila folder, he dates it and everything, pulls out another manila folder, another piece of paper, which is the official witness statement. He always has me write one of these up. And what I'm going to say in this is that you, Miss News, were being transported in an ambulance to Aviation Hill while under heavy sedation. And basically it's a cover story.
Yeah.
It's basically, while not immediately coming out and saying it, it's like you weren't in your right mind. Something happened of indeterminate, you know. And this is what the sheriff would have me file in that cabinet, which is the official one when feds or anybody else come asking about, I don't know, missing people, drug gangs, sort of that sort of thing. That's the files that they get to see.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a performance check from Fake to actually make good documentary scene?
Are you trying to fake or are you trying to be genuine?
I'm being genuine.
Then you don't need to roll. It's good. It's good footage.
I'm just like, okay, all right.
What I'm telling you is this. Bloodworth is a very mild-mannered town. We don't have a lot going on here, and there's not a lot to be here. Most of our youngins go off to Aviation Hill, get their degrees, and they move on. Population here is fairly old. And strange occurrences happen more frequently than should ought. And he's kind of thumbing the folder of your actual statement, and he gets buried.
Mm-hmm.
Now, unless you've got a criminal charge you want to press against someone, I'm afraid this is going to get buried too, and it's not my doing. It's just how things are.
There's no charge that I could hold against anyone.
You were filming, and he's aware that you're filming.
I mean, the officer there that night. Who was the officer? Out of character.
It was him.
It was him?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Again, this is the only police officer you've seen.
Okay, yeah, that's what I couldn't
Yeah.
remember if that was a different guy or not. Okay. Yeah, I'm like, I don't see any reason to file a charge against. There wasn't anybody that was human that was involved. That's,
So, Miss News, what this is going to go down as is another missing person, our ambulance driver,
Mm-hmm.
with a witness statement from a witness that was heavily medicated.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying this so you'll understand this is how the official paperwork is going to look.
Right.
And then he looks right at the camera. And he takes his hat off, ruffles his hair, and says, "It's just how it's been, how it's always been here. Strange things happen. When people start digging too much, more people go missing."
Can we get an interview sometime about what's in that cabinet? The secret one, the black one, I think you said it was.
We call these our X-Files. Come on over here.
Showing us.
Yes, he absolutely is. He opens it up. This is all the official statements of every missing person, every strange occurrence going back 10 years. And it's only 10 years because that's when the sheriff started wanting to keep a documentation of all this that was going on. Now, these are never filed. No official parties have ever seen these. They always get the sanitized versions. But the sheriff wanted to have these down so that we could reference them as needed. We got ourselves a network of folks around here that, best we can. We try to keep things like this from happening. Strange occurrences, you got to realize this part of America is very old. The Appalachians have a deep amount of history that stretches back from well before our people came here, well before the natives were here. There are a lot of things that are largely unaccounted for, and no amount of science is going to make any more sense. But the more of these reports that we get, well, better armed, I suppose.
What happened 10 years ago?
Well, that's when the sheriff took over.
Just that a new sheriff took over?
Well, there was a bit of stink about it. Well, you know, the Lees and the Hoopers are the two big families around here, and the sheriff is almost always a Lee or a Hooper.
And he wasn't.
He wasn't. He was an outsider who lost his brother.
Are you a Lee or a Hooper?
I've got some family on the Lee side.
They do very nice bacon.
So you're a Lee, or did you marry in?
I married in.
So you're not originally a Lee.
Not by blood relation, only by marriage.
Who's your wife?
She is gone now these last 3 years.
So sorry.
Don't be.
He's single. Yes. Thinking, hold on, my brain. God, there's so much here that I could fish for info. I was like, could I look to you, Lars, and I do like a cut the camera thing.
Put the camera down.
No, turn it off.
She knows.
And I look to the cop and I go, this part will not be videotaped.
Oh, just so we have an understanding here, the reason I don't mind that is you're not the first crew that's come back here with fancy recording.
Ghost punchers, I know.
They were the last group, but nothing ever makes it out. It never gets publicized anywhere. So I wish you luck.
I'd like to research what's in that filing cabinet sometime.
You're welcome to do so.
See if I can get information about what I experienced.
The sheriff's got just one simple rule, that those files don't leave the office here.
I will stay here and look at them while I do my research. You can even watch if you need to be here. I don't want to step on your toes. I just want knowledge.
Well, I'll tell you what, cell number 3 is awfully cozy. It's got the brand new mattress on it in there. It's got the best lighting of everything in the room here. I often go there to do a little bit of reading and take a nap myself. The lock don't work either, so can't be locked in.
Perfect.
But you're welcome. Come in anytime and take a look-see. Sheriff is always willing for anyone that can shed any light on this to come in here. And again, I may seem to be very open with you folks, but you ain't the first people that have been here to investigate any of this, and it never gets outside. I've never seen any kind of news report, even that, what do you call those, that club up in Aviation Hill. They've been here a few times, and yeah, it's made it to like the college papers as some B-fold piece of news, but it's never made it outside of this greater area. Never made national news.
Officer, what's this thing about people not being able to leave Bludworth?
It is a thing that seems to happen. We got a group of people that meet over at Taste of Bludworth once a week. They get dragged in here looking for lost folks, relations, friends sometimes, and it seems the more you look into the events that go on around here, the unusual, the extreme, the horrific, the more Bloodworth claims you. You don't seem to be able to leave.
We ought to talk to the sheriff.
Well, that's the thing. Sheriff's been gone almost a week now. Sheriff Stillwell, he takes a little fishing break. At least that's what he calls it this time of year. Stillwell's got a little bit of, we call it the original blood around here. He's got a little bit of Native American in him, and he goes out in the hills and he communes. Should have been back 2 days ago.
Oh no.
Have you heard from him in the last 2 days?
Typically, when he goes on these retreats, I don't. He's gone 4 or 5 days. He comes back, and that's the end of it. Happens around this time every year, but he's late.
Where did he? Do you know where he went?
I know the area. Never been there myself. He's got a retreat out in the hills. I don't know exactly where, but I don't exactly got a lot of extra manpower to send out there to look. And if I go and do it, there's no police left in town.
What if we were to go and try to find this sheriff and then let you know what we find?
Well, if you're willing to take that risk, he pulls out some like topographic and trail maps of the area. So this area here, and he kind of circles off an area. Um, so his ancestors, this was kind of like their hunting grounds this time of year, and it's a venerated, spiritual place for them. So this was kind of his retreat to commune with his ancestors. I don't know exactly where in this area, but I understand he's got a hand-built wood cabin, and this is where he goes. And he rolls up the maps after marking it off, handing them to you.
I've talked to Lars and Fake. What do you guys think? You want to go check this out?
Well, again, I can't recommend you do it. It's likely to be very dangerous. I mean, you saw the cougar mountain lion that was in town a few days ago. There's all kinds of things in those hills that'll kill you.
I don't think we should go to the woods.
Well, not right this minute, certainly because it's late in the day and we don't have a car that can actually go off road. So
Right, but everybody else that we've talked to too, even those that I don't even want to say that I would trust, but trust more than others, they all say
Now, normally I got more help.
woods.
Katie's boyfriend Cliff, he's an officer, but well, him and Katie had some kind of row. Katie's the vet.
What happened to Cliff?
We don't know,
He's missing?
and presumed dead.
Oh, why didn't she say anything to you when you were just talking to her?
She didn't say what happened. She can't talk about it. She's too shaken up. Lie. But I look to the officer and I just kind of have this moment of like, so gosh, okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna come back tomorrow. We got something we got to do at night, but maybe during the day I can stop by and start researching these files. See
As I said, anytime you'd like, just
Okay.
come on in.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
You can take notes, just don't take the originals out of here.
Mm-hmm. All right. Cool. Yes. Is there anything else that you need from me, officer?
No. Just so you understand what the official report's going to be.
I'm aware that we are probably way in over our heads at this point. Yes.
Now, I've asked Aviation Hill if they could spare an officer or two until we find out what happened to Cliff, get a new recruit in, or the sheriff comes back. But they're short of manpower themselves. They've got some drug gangs up there they're having to deal with.
Is any of that ever come by here?
Occasionally, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sheriff was Well, when you get on the sheriff's bad side, he's not very good at hiding that. And the last time a couple of those bikers came into town, um, well, one of them left with a few fingers less than he came here with.
Oh,
Sheriff
okay.
Stillwell doesn't take that from anyone.
That's fair.
And who is they going to report to anyway? Bunch of drug dealing bikers. They're going to call the police on our sheriff.
Right. That makes sense.
But just so you know, if you do find Sheriff Stillwell out there, he's that kind of man. He doesn't give an inch. He's a rough and tumble guy. I wouldn't come up on him by surprise by any means.
Mm, mm. Right. I wouldn't want to.
Just so you're warned.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, if you don't mind, I got to see if my Raiders won tonight.
By all means.
Turn
Thank
the
you,
TV back
officer.
on.
Back to the motel, diner.
Well, back at the diner, Professor, your favorite student, is come back for the third shift. You've got this thing now where you're often the one down in the bar still when she comes in.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to talk to it. Hey, Sherry.
Professor, look what I got today. Passes over a copy of the Necronomicon to you. It's the Walden Books version. It's the retail.
I glanced down at it. I probably don't know what it is at all anyway. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's real. Look, You're smart. You're smart. What are you still doing here? Why aren't I've found some dark shit today, and why are you still here? What is it about why this place? I mean, get out.
To where? I mean, I'm going
Anywhere.
to school. I mean, eventually I'll get out once I got my degree.
Anywhere.
Well, I kind of fancy Florida. But I got to get my degree first.
I don't know that anybody. Look, it's rough out there in the real world. You can die at any time, and but here, I don't know. It seems it's worse.
Don't let the town get to you.
Oh, I think it already has.
And without
I'm just going to lay out everything.
It says, no, not yet.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
How? I mean, what?
I just
if you know something, you gotta tell me.
No, I just got a sense of these things. Like I can tell. I can tell when the town's got its hooks into you, and you're likely to come to a bad end, or at least be one of the in betweens that can't go anywhere. You're not there yet.
I lay out everything that we saw today at the place, at the ambulance. How can that be happening? Yeah. What is it that could have done that? You live here. You're smart. You must know things. You've got this book that might. I don't. How can you? What is
I
it?
think you met one of the old gods.
The what?
One of the old gods. They were here before we were, and then when people came that could string language together and thoughts together, they worshiped them. Some people call them nature spirits. Some people call them demons. I just think they're just part of the land. Sounds like your friend found one of the, I wouldn't say nicer ones, but the one that's more willing to deal than most are.
So this, he says, holding up the moonshine. This won't protect from any of them, all of them, if you offer it to them.
Oh no,
They
absolutely
need
not.
different things. They some of them don't want things. What?
Oh, some of them just want to kill you. Some of them want to do worse. The one that you met, I think they called him Dirty Foot. He's kind of a nature spirit. Follows the whims of nature. So not really good, not really bad. You know, nature can provide, nature can kill.
All right. I don't
Look. You just got to accept it. There are things out there that you're not going to find in the book. You're not going to learn in the book. No science is going to be able to explain. And the less you agonize over it, the less you're claimed. Now you can know about it and be fine. It's when it gets inside of you, it gnaws at you, and you can't let it be, that you're stuck.
So you got to understand. You can know the thing, but water off a duck's back or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, you can know about it. You can research it. You can define it all you want to. You just can't let it. And she kind of like pushes like the middle of your head, and then your chest is like, you just don't let it in. Just don't let it affect you, and you're fine. You won't get stuck.
I'm pretty affected, but I guess that's by the death of the person, not the thing itself. I don't know. I have to, man. Just got to keep things separate.
Yeah.
When you mix them together, they explode. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Okay. And then.
So something can be horrible, but you don't have to be horrified. You just let it happen. Don't dwell on it.
Don't think about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Lee, you can think about it. Just don't care about it. That's the thing. Because if you care about it, you give it something that it feeds on. And the more you become a tasty meal, the more it wants to hold on to you. So if you fear, if you desire, you want, because some people aren't afraid of these things. Some people want things from the old gods. Some people used to court them for power. So just accept that they're here and just don't be moved by it. That's how you get around. That's how you can live here and be okay and still be able to leave when you want to leave. You just can't care.
They're just neighbors. They're just people that you nod to in the street and say hi and then walk past.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I know loads of people like that who I can just nod and walk past. Yeah, I can do this. All right, okay.
Yeah. Look, Professor, I like you. For an old creepy guy, you're pretty okay. I'll let you know if something's got a hold on you. Right now, you're fine. You're a little stressed out, and that makes you kind of a tasty meal if you run into something, but just let it go. Just let it go, and you'll be fine.
All right, okay. I can't hold on to things. I can't. Fine. All right. And then, if I can't hold on to things and I can't do that, then I'm going to open up the moonshine and drink it then, because I.
All right, and then you and her go through the heavy metal 1 hour long Headbangers Ball on MTV. You drink and appreciate metal music. When the rest of you come in.
I'm going to grab.
Is it okay to care about other people?
It's generally better if you don't. I mean, you can have friends, but
All right.
just keep them a little loose.
All right.
Yeah,
Hey, it's
I'm
those people I
fine.
know over there. Then right, I know them, but they're not friends with me, and I don't care if they get killed. Hey,
What?
yeah,
She gives you the big thumbs up. Exactly.
yeah. I'm learning.
Did I miss something, Professor?
I just got schooled in how to survive.
Oh,
Yeah. It's
I
great.
look at Sherry.
She also gives you the thumbs up. Your friends are all fine too, by the way. None of you are stuck.
I
Trying
look
to.
at everybody else for a second, then I look at her and I point to me.
Oh, you're fine. I mean, you're touched by something, but I understand you ran into Dirty Hoof.
Yeah.
He's
That's
all
his
right.
name? Okay.
He's all right, or she's all right. Just depends on its mood at the time. Could be
Yeah.
anything.
So some days it's like a 12 to 15 foot tall behemoth, and other days it's something else.
Could be a furry bunny rabbit some days. It's a
Oh.
spirit. It's a spirit of nature. You know,
Okay.
nature can be harsh, but nature can be kind.
You know what? Giant acid dripping spiders come out of the woods. Yeah, sure.
Oh,
that
she
makes
gets
sense.
it.
Yeah,
See? She gets
th-
it.
these things just happen here.
Yeah,
That's why. That's moment in fake news's mind. All the people that she's talked to so far and interviewed, like flashbacks of all of them. Yeah, it'd be that way sometimes. Like, oh yeah, those things. Oh yeah.
No.
Like everybody that she's talked to up to this moment has just like shrugged it all off, and it just to her. She's just right. Look at the professor. Everything's fine. These things happen.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah. Tomorrow we'll just get up early and head back home.
That sounds like a plan that I do not care one way or the other for.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is what it be. Just. Yeah, I kind of look at Chad and Lars when I say that to see if they respond.
I'm grabbing the tapes and heading up to start editing the footage together.
I mean, if we're not gonna go like look into anything, might as well just like go home and do this shit in the gym or something.
You know what? I really do want to see what they do tomorrow night, though, at that event.
Yeah, me too.
And that's how they get you.
Oh, Sherry, right? Or is it Shelly? Sherry, get this. And I explain that there's like a thing that the college club is going to be doing. And
Oh
then
yeah, I'm going to be there. Yeah,
do
I
you
asked off
know?
for it.
Do you know the ritual that they're doing?
Oh no, I don't know about. Oh wait, you're not talking about the rave at the Fold Factory.
No.
That's what I was talking about. No, I know that
Oh.
club is kind of weird.
Well, that club is doing a fertility ritual in the woods tomorrow night.
Well, it sounds like something college kids would do.
Yeah. I think we're gonna go film it, because if nothing happens, it's at least gonna be probably funny.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You should stop by the rave afterwards. It'll be going till dawn.
Okay, yeah, we can stop by the rave, and then then we can review the tape together and show you what we saw.
Yeah, just so you know, there's usually like a $5 cover charge. They give you a plastic cup for $5, and you can drink beer all night.
You guys cool with the party? I feel like we
$5.
deserve it.
$5. God, yeah, sure. No, that's fine.
What's
So I wanna-
next? A $5 footlong?
So I wanna cut scenes to the editing bay as Lars is going through and he's making copies of the tape and he's punching in and out segments here and there. And then of course behind you is the ever present FBI agent that died, looking over his shoulder, telling you, oh, there's a good spot. Yeah, cut there. Yeah,
Yep.
swell the volume there. And then when you get to the scene where you caught just a little bit of Katie and Flo going out and giving her the bourbon and Coke before you cut the video, he says, she's gonna be the next one.
Flo or Katie?
Katie. He's pointing on the screen. She's going to be the next one.
Well, that's how it is sometimes.
It is what it do.
We'll cut scene there with the guy, the guy and the just kind of silhouetted in the light from the projector as you're cutting the edit away and he's smoking the cigarette. Like Lars's editing suite always smells like cigarette smoke, but Lars doesn't smoke. It's just something you guys have noticed.
Well, not to that extent that it would.
Yeah.
Certainly never around film like that because that's exposing it to flammable substances.
Yep. All right, so we'll end it there. Yeah, I guess. You guys got to go explore things to get the spooky. There's only so much spooky I can give you otherwise. We'll end it there. Richard, what do you got going on?
Nothing quite as weird as this, but sometimes it's weird. I stream video games badly. At the moment, we're going through the new Indiana Jones game that is out there. It's a lot of fun, and it does feel like an Indiana Jones game. Over tomorrow, maybe something different. Probably something different. Maybe with surprise guests. Who knows? But you can find me here on Twitch at LMTDTMFFR or say it with me now. Limited time offer.
Limited time offer.
Oh, so bad. James, tell us about your blog.
I've got a blog where I post stuff. I try to remember what it is, but that's why I've got a blog because that remembers for me.
All right, Dion.
Well, when I'm not playing TTRPGs with all my super cool awesome friends like you guys, you can find me at my channel, Substances Used, where I play retro JRPGs and do some GTA 5 roleplay. The 25th is coming up, that's Christmas, and I am doing a 12-hour stream in the Evergreen server to give people a place to go to on the holidays if they need it. So we're calling it Twinksmas. We're hosting it for all the twinks. So there's bound to be some hilarity ensuing throughout those 12 hours. And otherwise, we're playing Pure Solar and the Great Architect still.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
We
wanted to check that out.
It's nice. It's not great, but it's not bad. Like, it's a fun little playthrough so far.
Cool. And Bill, what do you got going on with the frogs?
Well, I'm not doing a whole lot with them right now. That's going to be starting up soon. I'm going to be running like a living Rapinathic campaign, probably using the test rules for the new Necromancers game. It's pretty close to like old White Box. Pretty simple, flows really well. Looking forward to showing that to folks.
Cool. All right. Well, if you found us, you know where we are, but go check out Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com for too many years of silliness like this and silliness not like this, but lots of it. Go and check that out. And all of our social links are there as well as our Discord channel and other things you should look at. Thanks everyone for chat, for following along with us tonight as we get a lot of exposition out because nobody wants to go to investigate stuff.
Trying to, but they insist on going and looking at things.
I like the thriller aspect.
Yeah. I'm really trying to hit a slasher horror meets like, what was that TV show? Twin Peaks sort of thing.
Yeah, but we don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
We went to the hospital. We came back again. What more do you want?
Yeah. All right, guys. We will see you all next time. Say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye to everybody.